Okay, everyone, let's refer to page 16 from our notes on the topics of perfect tenses. So today we are going to focus on present perfect tense. Alright, so if you look at your notes, I have given you three tables on examples of present perfect forms. Okay, the usage or when do we use present perfect times or tenses and the exercises. Okay, so let's refer to the concept of present perfect tense. Alright, so normally for English people, they perceive present perfect tense as half past, half present. Alright, in which if you look at the formula, if you refer to the formula itself, okay, in a normal sentence we have subjects, right, plus has or have and plus past participle. Alright, the meaning of or what they mean by half past, half present is in which we use has or have. Okay, as we know that has or have refers to or belongs to the family of verb have. Alright, so this one or this phrase is referring or are referring to half present. This is what they mean by half present, in which they are using the helping verbs that belongs to present. Alright, so the next one is half past. As we did last week, past participle here is referring to the highest degree, in which we are explaining a complete action without time expression. Alright, this is past participle. So technically, this is the half past. So this concept or the meaning of present perfect tense is subjects plus has or have or plus and plus past participle. Okay, this is what I mean by half past, half present. Okay, why do we call it other than that? The reasons why we call it as half past and half present is because the actions that being done by us might be happen at any time in the past. Okay, so it can happen here, it can happen there. Okay, so it can happen at any time here in the past before the present time. Okay, so it can happen here, near the past, between, and so at any time in the past. But then when you are talking about the actions here, which is the present, the action is totally completed. Alright, and that's why the next concept is time is not important. Okay, time expression is not important because you have to know on how to differentiate the time here. Okay, because sometimes it might be confusing. Because the tip here is you need to be aware on the finished time and unfinished time. Okay, for example, last week are finished time because we no longer in that particular week because last week has been done, completed, totally completed. We could not move any time from last week to now. Okay, other than that, yesterday is totally completed. We could not have yesterday today. All right, other than that, last month, now we are in January. Last month is totally completed, okay, till the end of the day of that particular month. And this year is 2021. So last year, which was 2020, was completed, totally completed. We could not say that we are still in 2020 because we're already in 2021. So those examples are belong to finished time. Okay, on the other hand, when you are referring to present perfect tense and when you say that time is not important, all right, we can use the other concept, which is the unfinished time. Okay, masa tu tak habis lagi. Okay, for example, like today. Alright, so we already gone or completed our few hours for today, for our Tuesday. Alright, since we have 24 hours, maybe we have just completed 10 hours. So we have another 14 hours to be completed. That's what I mean by unfinished time. Like this month, we already in completed like 19 days of January. So we left another few days. So this month is not completed yet. That is unfinished time. This week, since we already in Tuesday, so we have another 4 or 5 days to be completed. Okay, same goes with this year. Alright, other than that, we don't have to mention on the time because time is totally not the main focus. The main focus for present perfect tense is only on the accomplishment. Okay, it's only on the actions that we have or has completed. Alright, that is the concept of present perfect tense. Alright, back to your notes on page 16. The formula, I have to simplify it. In every sentence, we will have, as I said just now, we will have subjects, S-U-B-J-E-C-T, subjects. Okay, I'm sure you know what is subjects. We have two subjects. Either you are talking about singular subjects or you are using plural subjects. Okay, you just have to know on the subjects first. Alright, before you choose your own helping verb. Alright, for present perfect tense, since this is not past tense, this is present perfect tense, in which we have half past and half present. Our first verb is called as helping verbs, in which we can choose either to use has or have. Okay, depending on the subjects. If you are using singular subjects, for example, she, Maria, Karim, the phone, the bottle, KAYM itself, okay, those are singular subjects. So you can only use these verbs, this helping verb, which is has. Okay. Alright, next, if you are choosing or using plural subjects, plural subject, vice versa, okay, the opposite of singular subject. So we are referring to subject that is more than one. Technically, it's more than one, right? For example, hospitals. My friends. If you have more than one, or if you are referring to more than one friends, we will use friends. F-R-I-E-N-D-S. Friends. Okay. Other than that, my brothers. If I'm referring to more than one brother. So whenever we use plural subjects, we can only use plural verb. Okay, the helping verb is have. Alright, next, what do we mean by perfect tenses? Okay, the clue here is from the tenses, perfect family. Okay, perfect here, we can only use the highest degree of verb, the one that we discussed last week, the past participle column, the third column from what we did. Okay, so you can only use past participle form. Alright, so here please write past participle. Okay. Past participle. So here is the formula. We have subjects. Okay, either you use singular subjects or plural subjects. You can refer to the 3 tables I have attached in the notes. Alright, first example, I use subject I. So I belongs to plural. Alright, followed by the next formula, has or have, depending on the subject. So since I'm using I as my subjects, I can only use have as my helping verb and followed by past participle. Here in this example, in this context, the first line from your table, you can see I'm using studied, S-T-U-D-I-E-D. It comes from the word study, which is regular verb, S-T-U-D-Y. And the past participle form for S-T-U-D-Y, study, is with ed. Alright, you have to terminate the letter y and add with the suffix of ed. studied, studied. So the sentence, the correct sentence for present perfect tense will be I have studied. And you complete the rest of the sentence, okay, for the exams, for my test, and so on. All right, so that is the concept of present perfect tense. Please refer to the notes given, okay, for further explanations and the exercise.